Alright, let's dive into something that's been bubbling under the surface of the media world. The Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery merger drama. But here's the twist. It's not just about corporate deals and boardroom battles. This story is a perfect example of how politics and the law can collide with the media industry in ways that are, frankly, alarming. And trust me, this one's a doozy. So here's the hook. 12 state attorneys general are trying to block this merger, and their reasoning? Antitrust concerns. Sounds standard, right? But what's really interesting is the way they're framing this. It's not just about market competition, it's about news diversity. And that's where things get messy. Personally, I think this raises a deeper question. Are these attorneys general genuinely worried about media monopolies, or is this a thinly veiled attempt to control the narrative? Let's break it down. The lawsuit claims the merger would harm competition in specific markets, like theatrical films and cable TV fees. Fair enough. But here's the kicker. There's no mention of the potential merger between CBS News and CNN, which are owned by Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery, respectively. Now, why is that? Well, because the law they're using, California's Cartwright Act, doesn't address news diversity. So if it's not about the law, what's it about? What makes this really interesting is the commentary from some of the key players. California Attorney General Rob Bonta, for instance, expressed concern that the merger could be an attempt to curry favor with the president. Meanwhile, New York Attorney General Letitia James talked about ensuring diversity of viewpoints. On the surface, that sounds noble, right? But if you take a step back and think about it, it's a bit of a stretch. In today's media landscape, with streaming, podcasts, YouTube, and more, the idea that merging CBS News and CNN would stifle diversity is, in my opinion, outdated. Here's a detail I find fascinating. CNN's primetime viewership is just 711,000, while CBS Evening News averages 3.9 million. Combined, that's less than 2% of U.S. adults. And yet, these attorneys general are acting like this merger is a threat to democracy itself. What this really suggests is that there's something else at play here. Could it be political motivations? I mean, one of the advocates for blocking the merger, Norm Eisen, openly criticized the Ellison family, who hold a majority stake in Paramount, for their ties to Trump. Coincidence? I don't think so. From my perspective, this isn't about protecting competition or diversity. It's about politics. And that's troubling. If we're going to criticize one party for weaponizing the law, we can't turn a blind eye when the other does the same. What many people don't realize is that this sets a dangerous precedent. If politicians can use antitrust laws to block media mergers they don't like, where does it end? Are we okay with the government deciding which media owners are acceptable? Because that's not democracy, that's censorship. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the merger is perfect. Personally, I have issues with some of the journalism at CBS News, just like I've had issues with Fox and CNN in the past. But the solution isn't government intervention. If you don't like a network, change the channel. If you don't like a newspaper, cancel your subscription. That's how a free press works. What this situation really highlights is the blurred line between politics and media. And it raises a bigger question. Are we moving toward a world where the government gets to pick and choose which voices get amplified? I hope not. Because if we go down that road, we're not just losing media diversity, we're losing the very essence of free speech. So, here's my closing thought. This isn't just about a merger. It's about the future of journalism and the role of government in shaping it. And if we're not careful, we might wake up to a media landscape that's less free than we ever imagined. What do you think? Is this a legitimate concern about competition, or is it something more? Let me know in the comments below.